So this is one of the banana bread I baked yesterday. So now I'm gonna cut into that banana bread, and it is soft, moist, and looks delicious. Welcome back to my kitchen. Welcome back to CJ's kitchen. Earlier I told you I was gonna do a banana bread as well. And so right about now, I'm about to begin. Here I have my bananas. And if you're gonna use bananas, you wanna make sure you use like overripe banana. Those work better. So I went to the store, but I did not get the ones I really wanted. They did not have any in their produce room that I could have gotten extra ripe. So I've gotten the best that I could. So right about now I have at least 7 bananas, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna strip all my bananas into this container right here. See how fast I can go. And as you know, banana has its own flavor, so you don't have to worry about using a bunch of spices in there. So, and this is the way I make my banana bread. I normally had nuts to it, but there's a little girl in this house right now that has nuts allergy. So right about now, I'm gonna ease off on the nuts, but I'll do one with some raisins, and I'll show you how I add my raisins. But if you want to make a banana nut bread, it's really good. You can go right ahead. So in this, I have my my bananas, and like I said, I have 8 fingers of banana, maybe 7. When you don't know how to count. And then I'm gonna add my brown sugar. So as you know, banana is also sweet. It also has its own flavor, and it's, you know, its own sugar, its own sweetness about it. So because I have 8, what's that, 8? 2, 4, 6, 8, right. 8 ripe bananas. I had 1 cup. Oh, sorry, that's a half a cup. A half a cup of brown sugar. Then I'm gonna go ahead again, and I'm adding a half a cup of white sugar. So that's actually a whole cup of sugar, but it's white and brown sugar. And I use my fork, and I'll just smash that in together. See? There we go. We're just smashing those together. And I actually like doing it with the sugar, because then it crushes better with the sugar, and it also gets the sugar into my banana. And when your banana is well ripe, then you don't have to like smash it all out. I kind of like it with little chunks of banana left over in there. So I don't like to like just to puree mine. I like to have some bananas. So for this, got my wooden spoon. And that can also help to get your banana in here. Making a banana bread. So when you're eating through your banana bread, it's so yummy to have little bites of banana in it. Like I said, I like it that way. But if you prefer not to, you continue to use your fork to smash everything out. And then that's why it's good to use well-ripe banana. Okay guys, so like I said, I went ahead and I crushed my ripe bananas. I'll put this in my sink for a little bit. I've crushed my ripe bananas, and now I'm gonna add my dry ingredients. So here we go. And I have, so here I have 1 cup of flour. 2 cups of flour, okay? So we're actually gonna do that. And to my flour, I'm gonna add like half a teaspoon of baking powder. And then I will add baking soda. I'll also add maybe a teaspoon of baking soda. Okay, so that's a teaspoon of baking soda. And I'll also go ahead and add my cinnamon. So to this, I'm only gonna add like a half a teaspoon of cinnamon because like I said, the banana already has its own flavor. So you don't wanna overpower that with all these spices. And normally use your measuring spoon, you all. I know sometimes I don't measure, but for now, my stuff are all packed away and I didn't get to go search for those, so. And also we will go ahead and add a half a teaspoon of salt. And like I always say, for your bacon, once you have sugar, in order to get that flavor, you need to add salt. So now we're gonna sift this together. That's our dry ingredients being sifted together. And you always find little particles of stuff in it. So that's that right there. Now, for eggs, I'm gonna use 6 eggs, okay? So we're gonna break 6 eggs right there. Mind you, normally when you're breaking your eggs, you make sure to break in separate, especially if you're doing a lot of eggs. You make sure to break your eggs 1 or 2 at a time in a different container, because what you don't want to do is break a bad egg into your eggs, okay? And so, or to get the shell in, and then it's very hard to get the shell out. To this egg, I'm gonna add like a half lime, like maybe a tablespoon of lime juice to take away the lime flavor, the egg flavor. So I'll just get a lime here. And I'll just wash this. Okay. So for this, I'm just gonna cut this and maybe a tablespoon of lime juice. And the lime juice is basically to take away the taste of the egg in your pastry. So normally we basically had lime juice too. Once we're baking and we're using eggs, we do that. Okay, and this we're gonna beat. And I'm gonna whisk that for a while till it gets a bit fluffy. So this will take some time, you all. Maybe 2 minutes or so. If you want to, you can use your mixer, your hand mixer to do this. Won't take this much time, you know, but I guess I'm just a sucker for punishment to be using my hands doing all this. Right, so it's only 6 eggs anyway, so it won't take a long time. And you always want to make sure your eggs is at room temperature when you're going to use your eggs. For your butter and your eggs, you always want to make sure they're at room temperature. Okay, we give it a couple more whisk and then we're good to go. Okay. Okay, so I'll just leave this right here for a second. And I'll just lay some stuff up. Oopsie. All right, there goes my spoon. All right, so we just move that away. And okay, so for my banana bread, I don't use butter. I use oil, vegetable oil, whatever cooking oil you want to use. I've never tried using olive oil. I like using my regular oil because, you know, olive oil, you might be able to use olive oil, but I find olive oil is a little dry. You know, olive oil is a little dry. It's a more healthy oil to use. It's more healthy, but I prefer to use this oil. Okay, so for this, wherever my cup measuring cups are, you all, right at this minute, I'm not so sure. And I hope you guys are seeing everything I'm doing. So for this, I know this is not the liquid measuring, but okay, so I'm gonna use this. And I'm gonna put a half a cup of oil into my banana mix. Okay, so it's a half a cup of oil into my banana and egg mix. And I'm gonna add my eggs. And like I said, this is my eggs and a little bit of lemon juice, half a lemon. Pour that in here. And to this mix, and I'm multitasking, you all. I'm actually cooking at the same time. So for this one, maybe a tablespoon. And like I said, I won't even put the almond essence in because like I said, the banana already has its own flavor and you don't want to overpower that by using, you know, a bunch of other spices. So here we go. And into this, we're gonna work our way in. So I get some water. So I'll just keep some water, and if I need, you can always add water. Some people will use milk, but I don't use milk in my banana bread. You also want to kind of cut and fold that in. That smells so good. If you love banana, I mean, you love the scent of the smell of this. All right, I'll pour the rest of my flour in. And we don't use and we don't make it too thick because what we want at the end of baking our banana bread, we want it to be soft and moist and yummy. So you don't want to make it too thick. So this is a good consistency right there for your banana bread. And we're not going to overwork that batter too much either. So okay, and I'll be right back to show you how I add my raisin. Okay, so I'm gonna show you in this container, I am going to add some raisins. Here I have raisins that's been soaking in wine because I'm constantly baking, you all. I normally have raisins just soaking, so I'm actually gonna only put the raisin in one of the banana bread. I might get, probably I'll get 2 or 3 7-ounce container from this mix. So this is soaking in white rum and red wine. And every time you open that, it reminds you of Christmas. It reminds me of Christmas, right? And to my raisins, I had some dried flour. And why I do that, why I had the dry flour to the raisins is that it helps the raisin to fall into the cake, not to the bottom, not like everything will be one place, but it will fall different places and not just all sink. And the flour, once you do that, the flour helps to keep that way. So here are my cans, and for these I use my cooking spray. Go in. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna do that into these. Thea, can you please check to see if my video is still on? Please check to see if it's still videotaping. Thank you. So I'm actually asking my daughter because I kind of have a feeling that I'm doing this and it's not videotaping. It is? Thank you very much. So this is what I do to get my pans ready. And these are like loaf cans. So I really don't want to have a round banana bread, right? We want to have it looking like a bread. It's so funny, the things we do, because it's called a banana bread, we have to have it like, you know, in a square pan. Okay, so. We got a little on the counter, but that's okay. We can always clean up when we're done. So here we're gonna go. I'm actually gonna use my my cup, and I'm gonna scoop that in here. And like I said, you all, this smells so good. Okay. And this is gonna rise somewhat, so, and here we go, we put some raisin into this. I'll pour some more over that. And don't worry, once your banana bread start baking, all that raisin, this is gonna be so, because I only want to put it in one, so this is gonna have a bunch of raisin in there. It's gonna be actually rocky banana bread. All right, so this one, and my oven is preheated, you all, so seems like I'm actually only gonna get 2 banana bread from this mix. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I know sometimes we, and we probably would get the 3. We probably would get the 3. Let me try. Let me try. maybe one is gonna be very thin. But if you put too much in one tin, then it's gonna boil over into the oven, and you don't wanna have your baked product boiling over into your oven. Okay, so you always use your spatula to scoop your stuff off and to get, you know, every bit out. Now I go in to clean my pan, because we don't want to waste it, right? We want to have enough to share. Share with the neighbors, share with your neighbors, call up a friend. Say, hey, I just baked some banana bread. Would you like to try? Okay? All right, good. Season's greetings, everybody, and welcome again to CJ's Kitchen. And my banana bread is ready, and I'm about to show you and do a sample. So this is one of the banana bread I baked yesterday. So now I'm gonna cut into that banana bread, and it is soft, moist, and looks delicious. So that's what it looks like. All right, and I'll just do a break taste. Here we go. This is yummy. So enjoy your banana bread, and don't forget, Merry Christmas, belated Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year when it comes. Having a hot cup of chocolate as well with my banana bread. Bye. And